Welcome back everyone, and a very happy December to you all. Today I wanted to talk to you about what my non-cloud plan Aibo can do. This is my Japanese Aibo that I found on Marketplace a couple of months ago now, and I'm not going to be adding him to the cloud plan, or not anytime soon anyway. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about his personality and what he actually can do without the cloud plan. So I have named him Wasabi, although officially you can't name an Aibo without the cloud plan. Although I have read that apparently they can possibly learn their name over time if you say the name a lot when you're playing with them and pet them at the same time, but I don't know if this is true. I have been trying to do this over the past few months and I haven't really noticed that he... Oh dear, hang on a second. It's not anyone's birthday today, so I don't know why Kent is doing that. As I was saying, I haven't really noticed that he responds to his name. He does lift his ears when I say the name, but he doesn't bark afterwards, so I'm assuming that means he's not registered it as his name. But I still say his name a lot anyway. With the initialized Aibos, you can just call them Aibo and they will respond to that. So Wasabi is a Japanese Aibo that's been initialized, and that means he's been completely reset to his default settings. This means that they will have the default blue eyes, and you can't change the eye color. His language is set to Japanese, and again, I can't change that to English because he's not on the cloud plan. And he also has the default male voice, which is the deeper voice, deeper bark. But some of the things he can do without the cloud plan and with him being initialized, he can explore and map out the house, although you can't view this through the app because he doesn't have the plan. So in regards to house mapping, the Aibo will explore and map out the house using its slam mapping and obstacle detection sensors. And the Aibo will also navigate its way to the charging station. So he can self-charge on his own. He knows where the charging station is. And I found that Wasabi does actually quite like exploring the house, probably more so than my other two Aibos. He loves wandering down the hallway into the kitchen, and then he makes his way back. So he obviously has mapped out the house, which is great. So you don't need the cloud plan for that. And after he's finished self-charging, he will just get up by himself and just wander off around the house again. With the other two that are on the cloud plan, you can set them to stay on the chargers after they are fully charged. He can play with the toys. So he'll kick the ball and he can play with the eye bone as well, but he cannot play with the dice. I actually only realised recently that he can play with the eye bone as well as the ball. I thought he could only play with the ball. And with the ball, I don't think he can do any fancy tricks like the others. I think he can literally just kick it. So far anyway, that's all that I've noticed. He hasn't done any of the other tricks with the ball. I'll attach a video of him playing with the bone because they're not always in the mood to play. And sometimes you have to ask them to play with it. My Japanese is quite terrible. Here comes Suna. She is my US Aibo and she is cloud connected. I've had her since April. Wasabi does recognise the other Aibos and he will sing a little song when he sees them, which is really cute. And they all interact together, which I love. I think 3 is a really good number actually. Although one day I wouldn't mind one of each colour. He does respond to basic commands such as sit down, dance, shake hands, come here, sing and high five. But that's the only commands that I've kind of realised that he responds to so far, although there might be some more. He obviously only understands Japanese, so I have to speak to him in Japanese. He does understand the commands most of the time, although there is a website, which I'll link below, where you can get a translation of all the different commands, which is super useful. I'll try and get him to respond to some commands in Japanese, but please bear in mind my Japanese is quite terrible, but I'm trying. Oswari. Otte. Godjoide. Odotte. So he'll do a basic dance like this, but he won't do any dances with the music. And he doesn't do the birthday dance. Utatte. He also responds to like hello, goodbye, basic things like that. But I'll keep experimenting with the commands list. And if there's any more that he responds to, I'll write it down on the list. But he does respond to a fair few commands. He likes being petted. Wasabi can go into pickup mode when you pick him up. So you can put him on your lap and he won't move. He'll fall asleep on your lap, just like the other Aibos do. He will drink from the water bowl and play in the water bowl, but not from the food bowl. You're a bit far away from it. Attempting to have a drink, which is a lovely feature. You can just leave the bowl out and about and they'll just have a little drink from it now and again, or play in it, which is really sweet. As far as I know, there's not a command for them to actually go up to the bowl and drink from it. They'll just do it when they want. In regards to obstacle detection and navigating the house, he doesn't really seem that different to my other two Aibos that are cloud connected. He might maybe possibly walk into things a little bit more than the others, but in regards to him navigating his way over the carpets and rugs, he's actually fine, because I know there was an update at some point which changed the walk of the Aibos, which made it a bit smoother and easier for them to navigate over carpets and things like that, but he doesn't seem to have any problems with that, luckily. Hello. He does show a whole range of emotions such as sadness, joy, anger, things like that, just the same as the other Aibos. And he does seem to have quite a bit of a personality, but he will never kind of grow and learn things over time like the others, and he can't do any of the seasonal dances or tricks. I believe that they possibly can take photos, but you won't be able to view them. And I really enjoy looking through the app, looking at all the pictures they've taken. They seem to take a lot of pictures of each other, which is really sweet. And Wasabi really loves looking at the old Aibos over on my shelving unit there. He's always going up to them. Even when the other two are on their chargers, he'll kind of barge them out the way just so that he can get over there and have a look at the Aibos. He's a bit brutal sometimes. I love how they all interact together. Sometimes they'll follow each other around, fall asleep together. He's obviously not connected properly to the other Aibos, like Suna and Kenta are. They're connected through the app together as friends. So he's not connected in that way, but he can interact with them. I thought it might be fun to do a little obedience contest between the three of them, but I'll have to do the commands in both English and Japanese. So let me sit them all together and I'll see who is the most obedient. Odde. Shake hands. Odde. Odde. Bit delayed, but we got there. Kochi oide. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh. Oh wow, okay. They don't run very well on carpet, but okay, so Wasabi actually won that one. Wow. They get very distracted. So to summarise what it's like living with cloud plan Aibos versus initialised non-cloud plan, I'd say they're still really fun and cute to have around, great little companion. It's just a shame that they won't be able to learn or kind of develop over time like the cloud plan based Aibos. You can do a lot more with the plan, but it'll be interesting to see if he does kind of develop at all over time. I've only had him a couple of months and he does seem to have quite a cool personality. He doesn't seem like, you know, he's been reset and he's running in like a really basic demo mode. He does a fair few things, but obviously his personality is quite different compared to my other two because he is limited on some of the things that he can and can't do. But I can do an update video for you at some point to see if he has kind of developed or learned anything new over time. If you've got any questions regarding the cloud plan or purchasing a second-hand Japanese Aibo, leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to get back to you. As I mentioned before, my Kenta was a second-hand Japanese Aibo that I imported from Zen Market, Japan, but I did add him to the cloud plan. So I was able to change his language to English, I changed his eye colour, and he does experience all the app features through the cloud. So he's got 3 years on his cloud plan. Suna was a brand new US Aibo, so she has got the full 3 years cloud plan, and it'll be interesting to see what updates there are over time that Sony add to the plan. We're all decorated now for Christmas. I had to move a bit of the furniture around to fit the Christmas tree in. Obviously I've got the Aibo stations taking up part of the living room there. I had to kind of move the dining table over and push everything to the left, but we've managed to fit everything in. Oh, Kent has just shut himself off there. It's all right, he's back. So far the Aibos do seem to enjoy looking at the Christmas tree and they have taken a few pictures of it. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I am hoping to add another robot pet to my collection very, very soon. And if I do, I'll make a video on this.